Alright, so welcome back. In the last class, we discussed about how to install plugin, themes, and create pages and set up the menus. But I forgot to discuss how best we can or how we can set our own page, the page we created, the home page we created as the default page to our website. And whenever um, an end user visits our website, it will be the first page that will be seen on the net. And how can we do that? It's very simple. What you just have to do is just go to settings. Let's scroll down, go to settings, and let's say you see the reading settings. It drop down amongst the links. Scroll down to editing to reading the one my mouse is pointing to, and just click on it. So okay, so yours will be on your latest post, because the default settings for WordPress is a block page. So that's the default home page display. Are you seeing it? Your home page display, your latest post. So your latest post is just like a block page. So that's why you're seeing all these things with pertaining to block. So, but when you click on a static page, you click on it. So you click on home page, which choose the page you want to use as the default home page display, that whenever people visit your website, what would be seen at the first instance when people visit your website. So that's what you're going to put there. So, and it will be the home. So you just click on the home. And I know you created a blog post, a blog page. So you set this post page as the blog page also. Now, why you're not seeing mine is that how to create how to create another project for the project that we are trying to do. Now the one we created was just to explain. Now this is WordPress project that I had to create. So, but I did not create the page for blog. So if you have the blog page at your hand, you just have to set the blog page to this post page, that any information you want to display on your website can automatically go to this page. All right, I don't know, but let's just focus on this. So after you're done with it, just click on save changes. Okay, so now I'm going to explain how best we can. Okay, now so when we visit our website, let's check. So just go to the top. Just follow my mouse. My mouse is pointed to at the top. At the top nav, you see visit site. Just click on visit site. Now you can see that the home page was the one that is being shown. Whenever I visit my website, this is the home page. Now, according to me, I think the theme, I've not yet activated the theme that I installed in explaining how to install themes and plugins. Alright, so I'm going to do that and we'll come back to it. We'll continue from there. Alright, so I'm back. So now this is how your default should be installing the theme Bloxy. So I'm using the Bloxy theme for our design. It's not that we cannot use other thing, but I prefer using the block theme for design. Right. So and how do we build or create or design our website, our homepage? I've said we've already activated the home page to be a default page. And whenever the end user visits our website, that's what they're going to see on the screen. So now, how do we now create it? So how do we design it? It's just very simple. We're going to use Elementor, as I said earlier. But before we can do that, first we have to edit the page. We have to edit the page, and we can do it in two ways. The first way is by going to this place by clicking on edit page over here, edit page, or the second method. The second method is by we going back to the dashboard, and go to pages right here, from pages, all pages, and can see it has front page there. That's why you're going. Just click on edit here. Depending on how you would want to edit your page, but I always prefer the first method. Because it's very straight for you going back to the dashboard, clicking on the pages edit page. It takes a lot of stress. So you just click on edit with Elementor here. I've seen there. You click on edit with Elementor. As I've said earlier, you can also use the first method, and that is what I always use. Alright, so let's just click on edit with Elementor. So Elementor is a page builder. So it's loading. Mhm. Alright, so I'll just keep. So I don't know why it keeps doing this. Since I have to, I don't know why it keeps doing this. Alright, so I think we're just gonna focus on what we are to do. Alright, so now this your WordPress the Elementor interface we're gonna be, and see, as you've seen here, you have the sidebar. There's a sidebar where all widgets um are okay, yeah. So these are the widgets you can see. These are the default Elementor widgets. You can see the layout, the basic, and the pro. If you buy the pro version, you have this activated for the general, and we have some widgets. These are for pro version. So now, but we installed some add-on. I've said earlier that the add-on add to the functionality of Elementor. So add-on is just like a plugin, but the difference between add-on and the normal plugin is that add-on is just used to add to a particular feature of a particular plugin. So that's what it actually is. So let me just use an example that even after we've built uh, maybe a house, something like that, the paint is just, even though if we don't use the paint, it can still it's still appealing to the eyes, but when we use the paint, it adds more beautification to the building. So other things, it just to add more to the features and to the glory of the plugin exactly. So so that's why we are adding to it. So now we have the elements kit when we installed, we have the essential add-on when we installed. Okay, so you can see download or install more depending on what we need it for. Right, so now I'm going to explain the layout and the grid, the container and the grid under the layout. Before that, now you can see here that we have the top, the navbar. This is I would say that this is a navbar that has different navigations. So navigations first icon here, the first navigations when you click on it, it shows you different menus under it. Of the team builder, this is used for building your team, but this is for pro version. If you buy the pro version of Elementor, you can use these features. History is to check your record of it stores your histories, your design histories, stores it. So maybe for instance you want to recover maybe a past something like that, a past design, and go to history and recover it back. User preference. So it's just to set one or two automations, keyboard shortcuts, current accounts, and if you want to go back to your dashboard, you can click exit to WordPress and then just click on user preference because it's what you're going to use it for. Um, just enable this show quick edit options. So it's used to I think when we get to this, I'm going to show you why we choose this. Alright, so now the second one is add element. So if you go on the second one, it takes you to the default preview of the Elementor. So this is add element, it takes you to the widget exactly. So now site settings is to set the the site exactly, settings of the site, so that you can able to do some changes in the settings of your page so that you will not keep doing it time and time number, countless of time. So when you set these things as the default, it will automatically affect other components or other features on your website. That's why sometimes it's very important or better for us setting our site. So maybe you have a color that you want to use for your design, you can set it as global color. You have a font that you want to use, you can set it as a global font. So you can do all sort of things so that you can help you um you can ease your stress and save your time. So just click on global colors. You click on global colors, you can adjust the color and the color we're going to use exactly for it. Now say that we're going to redesign this. So and I would say the color that was used here, used white, used black, and use is it brown, use brown. So depending on how you would want to do it. So that's so can just say maybe black, maybe just black, maybe secondary, let's say brown. So you can use really good there. Okay. You can check the colors that you would want to use. I'm just showing you how you can achieve all these things. I hope you understand. So I want to can use black, can use black for it also. Or if you don't, you can just type this hash 000, turn to black. If you want to adjust, you can adjust it depending on how you want it to be. So I'm just showing you um, how you can set our global color that would affect our design. I hope you understand that. So your changes has been updated. So the global font also we can also do the same. Also do the same. So we use um and it we used fonts for it also. So we can also change the primary font. Maybe we can just use let's just try something. Let's use pop-ins. You can see it POPPINS secondary. I'll just use pop-ins again. Just to show you how best you can use these global settings. Text, you can use just scan it. So if you like, you can choose your own desired font. If you have any font you want to use, you can use it also. So I'm just showing how you can use all those things, save changes. So now we have fallback font family. It means that whenever the system is not able to get through this font, to automatically return this SAS sending as the default font family. So that's why we have fallback font family here. It's just a default font family. Whenever the system is not able to get the directory of this font, it automatically go to this place exactly. So that's so you can also do more if you want to change the site identity, background, layout. So if you want to increase the width of the screen or the source screen, can also do it. Maybe you want to change to 1200 to increase the width of the screen. That means the width, talking about the width, and this is the height. So for the desktop, so you can see it here. If you want to reduce it for the tablet also, you click on the tablet, you click on the phone, just look like that. So onto maybe you want to just take off the gaps away, but let me just leave it here. If you want to, let us you want to add breakpoint, more breakpoint, and the breakpoint here, mobile portrait, tablet portrait. If you want to add more breakpoint are just responsiveness of screen sizes. So we have the mobile view and the tablet view. If you want to add more to it, you can just click on this button. And we have different breakpoints. If you want to add that of laptop, you can add it and click on save changes. So it's just so very simple. So as far as you understand this, it's very easy for you to manipulate and do a lot of things using Elementor. So these are the default things you just have to do as a beginner. You have to understand all these things and to enable your work to be very fast. Then after you have set all these things, it is your workload, and instead of you doing this thing every time, so you just have to just call those settings to your design, and it automatically do what you've already done as the default setting of the website. So on your design, so that is gonna be alright. So and if you want to, so you click on cancel that X, click on cancel, so you can go back to our page. Okay. Um, so this is the fourth one is the structure. So this structure is just used to check your widgets, to manipulate your widgets here, to position them in the right way. So because sometimes on this screen it's very hard to position your widgets, your containers, and all sort of that. But using this structure, so it can give you more opportunity of positioning your widget and the likes of that. Also, now if you want to set a page, because at this point we cannot design our website like this, having their own being IDs and all this all sort of things like that. That's why we need to change the page settings. So I'm gonna focus more on that. But just go to just scroll down, go to you click on this settings here, from settings, bring it to this place. Scroll down and check for page layouts. Click on the drop down and choose Elementor full width. So the difference between Elementor canvas and Elementor full width, Elementor canvas returns a blank page for you, while Elementor full width returns a blank page with what's it now? Blank page with your menus, your header and footer. So that's why it's very important for you to choose Elementor full because we need our menus. So these are menus. These are not bad menus. Alright, so I hope you understand that. Alright, so now let's talk about layout before we start designing our website. Now, layout is one of the things that we have to understand as a beginner and those who want to understand the structural layout of design websites. So now, what is this layout is exactly, and why are we having two layout widgets? We have the container and the grid. Now, both of them are containers. This is called a flexbox container, and this is called a grid container. All right, so what are the different and what is their use case? What is their use cases? So they are different, and I'm going to explain. So using this in here. Now um, we have a flexbox container and grid container based on what I do here. Now, flexbox container is a container, it's a one-dimensional container that is used to build blocks on your web page. It's used to build sections on web page. It's used to build your website layout on your web page. So it is used to build sections on a web page. It's a one-dimensional web page container, just as this one-dimensional means one. So you can see that it just has only one box exactly. So and it's layered upon each other based on the sections you would want to have on your web page. So it's a one-dimensional container that is used to build blocks, sections on a web page. But the combination of this flexbox container or these blocks or sections is what that forms a landing page, or is one that forms a web page exactly. So why a good container exactly is a multidimensional container that enables you in structuring your design by rows and column. So if you have a design or you have a design structure that would involve you placing your content in both rows and column, so the best option is for you to use good container. So now, just like this, we have three columns and four rows. So maybe a content like this is what's always a design structure is what you want to have on your website. Then the best option for you to use is good container, because it enables you to to efficiently place your widget and your design in rows and column. So that's why you must know the use cases and how best you can use it. So you must not um, mm, you must not use them wrongly for responsiveness. So it's not use when you want to use Flexbox, don't use grid. When you need to use grid, don't use Flexbox. It's very important. I hope you understand that. So you can have more complex layout structure. You can have grid container inside the Flexbox. Um, and we can also have a Flexbox inside a grid container. It's such a complex container structure. You can even have even Flexbox and container and Flexbox inside a grid container. And inside that grid container, you can still have a Flexbox inside of it also. So um, it's depending on how you understand your structural layout. So you can use this tool to build complex structural layout. I hope you understand that. So now let me just explain this a bit and continue. Now, a default layout structure of any web design would sit in this two form, though we can see have complex ones. But the default one you would see would be in this form. Now, the first one is we dividing our website into three sections. First is the header, second the body, last the footer. The header, that would be the first section that all customers would see, or all the end user exactly would see at the first glance. So that's where we have our navbar. A navbar, that's where our menu is, our logo and everything. And the and we have the ego section is still under the header. And that will be the first section that would be that would first display. That will be the first section or first that will be displayed whenever a site is being viewed. Just like let me just show you, just like this. So this is what I'm saying. This is the header. This is the first section that will be seen first by the customer, by the end user. Exactly. So you can see that. So that's why it's very important that you understand. So this is the navbar. But these sections are under the header section. We have the body. The body composes of the content exactly, or what you need to put on that page. That's where and that what the body carries. So it's very explanatory body that it takes the full content of the page. So while the footer would be the down section. So this is the footer. that that gives you an overview of your a preview links, quick links, your contact and everything, having your all rights reserved, and all this copyright. So these are how design are being structured. While the other content here are the body. I've said that earlier, are the body. So I hope you understand that. So that about that. You still have other ones. So the difference between this and this is just this. Sometimes you can have some websites having sidebar inside their body. So that's the difference between them. So don't waste much of our time. So let's just go and start to build up. Okay, let me explain this before we continue. So we have the padding and margin. Now padding and margin, you can see here that the padding and margin are used to create space for a breathing space for your containers or for your widget, exactly, a breathing space, because sometimes the widget might be choked up together. So that's why sometimes it is very important or needed for you to give your container some breathing space. That's why um, padding and margin was invented. Now padding is used to give space inside your container, inside the container. Hope you understand that. Inside the container, inside the space. So that will can see the space. So we assume that this thing is a widget. And so the outside, yeah, is a building space. How we can understand that. This is a building space. So and it makes your design very clear. I mean, I have to see what you're doing exactly. That's why it's very important to give your container a breathing space. So now why the margin exactly is the outward. So assuming that this is the container exactly. So you can see that this is a breathing space. You can see here breathing space, these are the space outside. So outside the container, that's for the margin. Inside the container is for the padding. So they are used to give space, breathing space for your container, to your container. So all right, so that what is it? So it's used to give breathing space to your container. So that's the difference between padding and margin. I repeat, padding is used to give a breathing space to your container inside the container, while margin is for the outside the container. The white borders are just the lines of your container outside, lines outside the container. Right, so that's about that. Let me just stop here so you can focus on what you came here to do. Alright, so we're going to start designing our website from this point. And I hope that by the end of this case, this design structure, you'll be able to design your website by yourself. Alright, so see you in the next class where we'll start doing a proper designing. I think I've been able to explain what all those things is exactly. But before we continue, okay, I think next class I'm gonna explain that. So see you in the next class. See you in the next class. Alright.